Tangana, this is Hugo Sabinovich from Orlando, Florida. This is the Raw Report English version. What an incredible, amazing Raw show tonight. The creative team of WWE had no choice but to take it to another level. There were so many people upset with Roman Reigns' victory that today they had to let him go, show some feelings, and he did like a semi-shoot interview. As many of you saw it. Roman Reigns just let Brock Lesnar have it, and we want to welcome all our fans from around the world in this great Facebook wrestling pages. It's Sportskeeda Wrestling, covering United States, England, and India. The World Wrestling Network, Pakistan, Asia, and Egypt. The Pro Wrestling World, United States and Philippines. Wrestling Rumors, Canada and Australia. WWE Australian fans, Australia and Nepal. WWE Champions, Brazil. The Wrestling Insiders, Malaysia and United Kingdom. The Spotlight, United States, India, and Canada. The Gift of Jericho, United Kingdom, United States, and Pakistan. Thank you, DX and Undertaker, Indonesia and France. Real Wrestling Fans, Egypt, India, and United States. We Love Pro Wrestling, Canada, United Kingdom, and United States. Más Lucha, México. WWE Latinoamérica, Ecuador. WWE Humor, Guatemala. Queremos WWE Chile. Planeta Wrestling, España. WWE World Fans, Perú. Solo para fanáticos de la WWE Bolivia. Suplex, Chile. WWE Universo Latino, Ecuador. WWE Nación Mundial, Honduras y República Dominicana. WWE Es Mi Pasión, El Salvador. WWE Fanatic World, Colombia, Perú y Chile. Caín, WWE Colombia. Hablemos de Lucha, Estados Unidos, México y Ecuador. Lucha Libre, MXPR, Puerto Rico, México y Perú. WWE Fanáticos Mundial, Nicaragua. WWE para el Mundo, Panamá, Uruguay y Venezuela. Zona Ruda, Tijuana y California. Team Rest, Perú, Colombia y Chile. El Blog de la Lucha, Norte de México, Texas y Arizona. El Polo, WWE, Ecuador, Guatemala y El Salvador. Tío Heisenberg, HD, Paraguay. Pasión, WWE, Uruguay y Paraguay. Y Lucha Libre Online. We are 35 alliances of the greatest wrestling pages in Facebook, and this is the Raw Report. My wife is with us, the dangerous blonde Diana. Say hi, baby, and let's get some comments from the fans.
Hi to all the wrestling fans out there. Esteban Milenko Aguilar says, Hugo, you are non-stop. See you in Santiago, Chile. And over here, Chris Michele says, do you think Brock and Roman will be a one-on-one match?
Which one?
Roman versus Brock. Will it be a one-on-one match?
If they intend to change it, it will be a disaster. I think in order for Roman to shine, he has to go toe-to-toe with Suplex City, Brock Lesnar, and it has to be a tough battle. If you're going to take Roman Reigns as the official face of WWE, then you have to make it happen toe-to-toe between the two of them. Today we were also shocked, as John Cena said he wanted to fight with Undertaker in Wrestlemania, but that match, it wasn't going to happen, so he said he was going to go to SmackDown tomorrow. And I just finished the Spanish version of Raw Report, and I said, you know, there's been so many bad decisions by WWE and the creative team that in order to make peace with the fans, they have the opportunity to make an incredible match. And I suggested to create a match called a fatal five of the Immortals. Hulk Hogan versus Undertaker versus Cena versus Sting versus Shawn Michaels. And if Undertaker cannot come back, then substitute him with Goldberg, or somebody else even suggested from my previous broadcast, Mick Foley. Doing that five fatal Immortals match, the clause of the match will be the winner of that Immortals fatal five immediately after the result of the match for the Universal title in WrestleMania 34 between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Immediately finishing that match, the winner of this Immortals fatal five will challenge the winner of that match, creating a WrestleMania 34 for the ages. In that way, you're telling the fans, we know we screwed up with the creative thing, how we build Roman Reigns, and so many bad, horrible decision nights. This way, we say, hey, let's start over again after WrestleMania. We're going to get the two brands together in each pay-per-view. We're going to get act together. And I think that's why tonight, Roman Reigns did this semi-shoot interview talking about what Brock Lesnar is that he has no respect for wrestling, that Roman Reigns busts his butt every day, and yet Lesnar was taking pictures with a UFC main man, Dana White, and that he wasn't going to put up with it. Tonight, he showed a different face, and I think that's the Roman Reigns we want to know. And also, he shows emotions and an improvement in the mic.
It was a soap opera. He was appealing to everybody's emotions, like I'm the good guy, and Brock Lesnar doesn't do anything, and I'm the one who's busting my butt every week. Give me a break. Paulie Amazalorso says, "What's up from Chicago?"
Chicago in the house. Just trying to see where WWE Creative is going. You know who's having a lot of problem? Asuka, because no matter the story of Bayley and Sasha, the fans were talking to us immediately during that broadcast that it takes the emotion out of the match, because you know she's not going to lose the winning streak, so that takes the fun out of watching, like even the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, that they knew that Nia Jax was not going to defeat Asuka, so that takes the fun of that giant Nia Jax facing Asuka, because you know the streak is not going to end there. So I believe that once they end the story of the streak, we're going to see a lot more action, more emotions from Asuka, who's a tremendous worker. Having The Miz being defeated in 2 matches back-to-back by Rollins and Balor, horrible decision. You're destroying a guy that is super hot, a guy that is bringing fans, not from the regular WWE fans, but he's doing a crossover from other venues, bringing them into loving wrestling, and you are destroying him to create a little feud between Balor, and I say a little feud between Rollins and Balor, because you ain't gonna take that to the extremes. So I think you have to concentrate on the big match, Nakamura against AJ Styles, WWE Championship, and those are the things that are upsetting. Very upset about what they're doing with the Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt thing. Tonight, Bray defeated 2 guys, said it's not over between walking Matt Hardy and him. But the creative team of WWE has done such a lousy job. And then if we go to the end of Ronda Rousey coming in, and now you have an Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, having to tell Ronda Rousey that, you know, he has to save his job, an Olympic hero. And I was telling the Spanish fans that if it's me, you know, a Spanish producer, you know, saying, hey, I gotta, you know, Ronda, you know, this is Hugo, I gotta save my job. And that's believable. But when you have a hero, an Olympic hero, saying those words, it just shows that the creative team of WWE doesn't have it. You could have done it any other way. Plus, you're getting the attention on Stephanie and Triple H, who already have it. When that thing exploded at the pay-per-view of Elimination Chamber, of having Ronda putting Triple H through the table, they should have had another talent to get that publicity from TMC, from the ESPNs and other networks that needs it. Triple H and Stephanie don't need it. They already are the executive force, and that's what upsets me, that if they think that doing the Kurt Angle thing is going to help to improve Ronda Rousey's getting over, I think that they had to go another route with that. So I wasn't very impressed with that, and I love the fact that John Cena is going to SmackDown tomorrow. It's going to help the ratings of the Blue brand. But I suggested that. You go with the Immortals. Fatal 5 Immortals for WrestleMania 34. Hulkamania coming back to the house that created him. Hulk Hogan versus Undertaker versus Cena versus Sting versus Shawn Michaels. And if any of those 2 guys cannot make it, you could substitute with Mick Foley and Goldberg. Give the fans that moment that, you know, it hasn't happened lately. And I think that it could be done. Any more comments, Diana, before we sign off?
Arif says hello. Also, Alejandro Aceron said they need to induct The Undertaker to the Hall of Fame. That's what's best for business. Arosh Yadai says Seth Rollins. Richard Pone says Reigns with his pipe bomb. What do you think about what he said?
I loved it. We got to see something that he hasn't shown. I think that's been one of the biggest failures of WWE, not to understand Roman Reigns. They Vince blew it, pushing him too fast. Even when he brought in his cousin The Rock to push him, the fans were upset with that. And when they had the opportunity to make him a heel, they didn't do it. So now, tonight, this semi-shoot promo gave the fans the opportunity to get some heat into the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns. I want to see when that bell rings in WrestleMania 34. I want to see some punches. I want to see some headbutts. I want to see some false finishes. I want to see a battle of two strong dudes, like if they were in a back alley, just kicking their butts and giving the fans a WrestleMania 34 one match for the ages. A couple more comments.
Chip Kreider says, should Undertaker defeat Cena at WrestleMania, he needs to go out with a positive win.
Yes, and I don't like to go with spoilers, but let's pretend that would happen. Even if that didn't happen, this is the way of saying really goodbye to The Undertaker at WrestleMania 34, and you do the special effects, you put the videos all over the Superdome, the moments that he started with DiBiase, with Paul Bearer, all that stuff that made The Undertaker, and then as it's flashing back, then you will see him taking off the hat, all of that, and then he descends with the smoke. He descends in the middle of the ring, and as he's going down and the smoke is coming out, then you see like the thunder, the lightning effect hit where the hat is, and it catches on fire, and you sign off from WrestleMania 34 if that's the way you want to do it. I think it was so bad the way they say goodbye to The Undertaker, and he's an icon. He deserves better. A couple of more comments.
Eric
Anna?
Johnston says, Stone Cold, one more match. Cord Watson says, John Cena going to WWE WrestleMania 34. Dan Adams says, Stacy Keibler should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Randy Crawford says, the problem with Roman is that it feels forced down our throats.
Yes, exactly. But something like what happened tonight really brings another side of Roman Reigns, about the fan talking about Stacy Keibler. If that is the case, then why not China before that? A couple of more comments, Diana.
Esteban Milenko says, Angle could have said I lied and say that Steph and Triple H said something worse about Ronda.
Yes, many other ways. I loved what he did at the Elimination Chamber. I did not like the Kurt Angle of tonight. It just didn't feel like the right thing, and I blame it again on creative. And to me, it's just scary that as we're gonna see less of Vince as he goes more into the XFL football venture, that a lot of more decisions are gonna be on the hands of Triple H and Stephanie. And trust me, I love that couple, God bless them, but business-wise, I still believe that Triple H, it's not ready to deal with more than just NXT. Remember, NXT lost $32 million in 2 years. I think that Shane McMahon should be brought back as part of the creative team, and he should be in charge of 205, WWE 205 Live. And like I said, creative has to be improved. I don't know if they got to fire some people. The bar with these matches against O'Neal and Apollo, it's not doing anything for ratings, and it's becoming just the same bad cycle. I don't think that is good for business, because they're such a good team, the bar, that there's certain stories that just don't click, and that story, it's not clicking. So one more comment, Diana, we're going to be signing off.
Elian Eduardo says that the WWE copied the promo from TNA.
Wow. Yeah, but remember that not necessarily, because you, the fans, have been saying this about the Roman Reigns situation, and also the fact of the millions of dollars that Brock Lesnar gets in just a part-time basis. So if you're copying something, you're copying what the fans have been saying all along about Brock Lesnar not being a full-time wrestler. Remember, this Sunday I will be in Puebla, Mexico. We just finished our event here in Florida, Lucha Conquest, where Alberto Del Rio became our first NGCW World Champion, defeating Carlito. Savio Vega took over the company. Badass Billy Gunn had a tremendous match against Snitsky, and tomorrow we get together with the promoters to plan for our next huge event here in the Florida area. And this Sunday from Mexico at 7 o'clock United States time, nighttime, this Sunday from Mexico, the big event, Rey de Reyes, King of Kings of AAA Wrestling. And I'm going to be on Twitch, the page at 7 o'clock United States time. Tremendous matches out of Puebla, Mexico, and May 6th in Santiago de Chile, Luxor Disco, capacity only for 1,500 people in Santiago. Austin Arias, the collector of championships, on the card. Also, one of the best, low-key and more events. So we'll be coming tomorrow night, right after SmackDown, in English with the SmackDown report tomorrow night. So thank you to all the pages that we're on. Any more comments, Ayana?
Chip Kreider says, watching WWE since I was a kid, love it, but they need to work on the stories better. And I am 50, so yeah.
Wow. Then you have experience, my brother, with WWE.
And Eric Johnston says that Kane should retire the Undertaker.
Wow, but then I don't know.
He already retired.
Yeah, and also remember they are the brothers, you know. And Kane is doing the political thing in Tennessee, running for mayor. And you have such a short time to do this. We don't have time for a big storyline. So tomorrow night we'll do the English version. As soon as SmackDown finishes, we'll be right here in this famous, gigantic Facebook pages of wrestling, and we'll be talking about what John Cena does tomorrow on his attempt to make it to Wrestlemania 34. Keep following the dream. Keep loving the wrestling game. And thank you to all our alliances for being with us. From the Dangerous Blonde, my wife Diana, and Hugo Sabinovich, Atangana.